Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Hoover HLEC9TE condenser dryer, and what I want to do today is just show you around the dryer some of the features and benefits that it offers, and also why it's quite unique in the market at the moment. There's something that pretty much all other tumble dryers haven't got. But just before we start, all I'd normally say is please subscribe to my YouTube channel, just give us a quick thumbs up. What I do is I talk about household appliances, cordless vacuums, there's normally a bit of tech in there as well. So I'd appreciate it if you just give us a quick subscribe, then we'll make a start. So this is part of Hoover's HDry 300 range of condenser dryers. The load size on this is 9 kilograms, so it is a really good size load. You've got pretty standard features on it, things like sensor dry. The main advantage of sensor dry is that when you put the clothes in, it will detect how long is needed for the clothes to dry properly. I'll cover some of the programs in a moment, but the main advantage of sensor is that it's a lot more energy efficient, so you're not drying the clothes for too long or even too short. There's nothing worse than having the dryer say it's finished and then you go to it and the clothes are either still damp or they're over dry, because tumble dryers on the whole are pretty expensive to use. So if you can get it to finish at the time you want it to finish, or when the clothes are properly dry, that's a much better way of doing things. That's why we always recommend sensor dryer, which this model clearly has got. So what's unique about this tumble dryer that pretty much every other tumble dryer on the market doesn't have? Well, it's the fact that the water collection is in a different location. So on a standard condenser dryer, the water collection is normally either at the bottom of the dryer, which to be fair is quite a pain. It's normally on some of the cheaper tumble dryers where they have this. But the most popular location for the water collection is at the top here on the left hand side. The main advantage of having it up here is that it's nice and easy to get to. You're not having to bend down to get to the bottom. The reason some manufacturers put them at the bottom here is they don't have to pump the water up to the top, because he's saving money on the pump aspect, because it's just naturally the gravity of the water that's falling into the tray at the bottom, or the container, then that keeps the cost of the tumble dryer down. That's why on the whole I don't really recommend the ones where you've got the water container at the bottom. But for some people, having the water container at the top here can be a bit of a pain. Not so much from the location of it, because clearly you're not having to bend down to get the water out. I suppose for some people it's the physical size of it. Now what I have done is I've just got a competitor model here. So this is a pretty standard water container from an alternative brand, their condenser dryer. But what you can find, because it's quite long, if you live in a very small, say a galley kitchen, then sometimes physically taking it out and then turning to take it out can be a little bit of a pain. We've had that with a handful of customers, and this kind of product has been ideal because the water location is actually just on the inside of the door. So rather than it being at the bottom or at the top, it's on the inside here, and that's it. All the water is just collected in there. Now I think that is brilliant. I think this is a great design. So what will happen is that when it's full, because it's got a couple of indicators on the front here, so you've got the max and what it will do, so it just gives you an idea. So you've got the medium as well, but then all you do is you just go and take it to the sink, tip it out, and then you're ready to go again. So really good design. All you need to do is just pop that back in, it just clips in, and then you're ready to go. So just while I've got the door open, you can see that you've got a really nice big porthole here, so it just makes it nice and easy to get the clothes in and out of. Also you've got the filter just on the inside, so that's a standard fluff filter. Always recommend to keep that nice and clean. But as far as the very bottom of the dryer, you've just got that's where the condenser unit is located. What you'll find, just try and keep that clean. That just pulls out, so that's nice and easy to take out. But just keep that clean, probably sort of once a month. That should be okay to take out. Just give it a quick clean, and then all you do is you just locate the bottom flap, clip that back into place, then you're ready to keep drying. So I'll just quickly show you some of the programs that it's got on here. First of all, you've got the control dial in the middle. This is the program selector, and all you need to do is just switch it on just to turn it to one of the programs. It'll sing you a little song as it does it. Now the first program on here, I must say I'm not a huge fan of things like this. I'd much rather it just say what it is. I think all it does is, to start with, it just adds a little bit of confusion to what the programs are and what they do. But the first one on here, this is the Wi-Fi program, and once you've downloaded the app, then it just enables you to control the tumble dryer from your phone or tablet. It can be a useful thing, so if you're out and if you wanted to start it, then that could be useful for you. So just a quick roundup of some of the programs. The first program on here is the Eco Cotton. Now first of all, don't be under the illusion that you can dry a full load for all of these programs. Some of these programs are only a smaller load, and if you put in a larger load than is recommended in the instructions, then all you'll find is it will take a lot longer to dry than the time on the display here. Now you've got quite a few different options which I'll cover in a moment, but what this will do is this will give you an approximate time that this is expected to take for the maximum load. So as I just said, the Eco Cotton, you can put the full 9 kilograms in here, and if it was a full load, then it would take approximately 2 hours 37 minutes. You will find that normally after about 7 or 8 minutes that time will change. It could even go a little bit longer, depending on the moisture content of the clothes. And I suppose that really comes down to the spin speed of your washing machine. Clearly if you've got a 1,000 spin washing machine, then the clothes will be a lot damper than if you've got, say, a 1,400 spin. So anyway, that's a little bit about the times. So that's the Eco Cotton. The next one's the whites. Again, you can do that with the full load. Next program's the jean program. This is really designed, as it's saying, for jeans or denim. That's only a smaller load, that's only a 4 kilogram. The next one is the darks and colours. Again, that's a 4 kilogram. Then you've got the synthetics, and as we work our way down, you've got the shirts program. That's only a 2.5 kilogram program. Now some people do wonder why you need these kind of programs, things like the jeans or shirts. I think for a lot of people they just chuck everything in and just put it all on in the same program. But what you can find is that, especially on things like the shirt program, what it will do is it will actually, the whole program will work in a completely different way. It will rotate differently. The temperature of the drying program will be slightly different. Also, what we normally tend to recommend with things like the shirts program is you don't necessarily want to get them completely dry, because what you'll find is if they come out slightly damp, and if you go and hang them up, then it can be a lot better. It's a lot less creasing than if they are completely dry. And the next program at the bottom here, that's the rapid 30, 45 or 59 minute program. It just gets rid of the sensor technology for this, and it's just a manually timed program if you want to put something in for 30 minutes, 45 minutes or 59 minutes. And to change that, all you do is you just press that button, and as it says there, it's just will tumble dry 59 minutes for that program, and then just count down. Now this next program, called All-in-One, I think is a really good idea actually. I was just talking a moment ago about separating the clothes, so you can put your individual things like your shirts and jeans in, but it did also mention that a lot of people will just throw your clothes in and mix them all together. And if you do that, then this all-in-one program could be the one for you. What it will do is it will actually alert you when some of the lighter fabrics are dry. I'll be honest, I'm not really sure how the technology will work, but I suppose the idea is if you're tumble drying, say, a pair of jeans, then it's going to take a lot longer to dry than a very lightweight t-shirt. But the Hoover have got the technology in this tumble dryer to detect that, and what it will do is it will actually alert you when the lighter fabrics should be dry, so you take those out and then just leave everything else in there to carry on drying. So as I say, that's a really good idea. The maximum load on that is 6 kilograms, so it's not the full load. As you come round to some of these other programs, you just see around here it says care. I suppose these are for some of the lower temperature applications that you want to put in there. The next one is the extra hygiene. That's a maximum of 4 kilograms. You've got things like the anti-odor program. Then you've got the wall mark. So this is a program, the wall mark program as they call it, that is specifically designed to tumble dry your woolens. Now it is only a maximum of a 1 kilogram load, which is normally around 3 jumpers, and it is recommended to turn them inside out before you put them in. But it's a program that has been approved by the Walmart company, so they've approved the program on this tumble dryer. So that's really, that's quite an accreditation actually. As you come round to the next program, so with this one, this is the delicate program, and that's again a maximum of 4 kilograms. Then you've got the anti-allergy, and then the last program on here is the XXL. And what you'll find, this program is specifically designed to tumble dry large items. So it could be things like a large duvet cover or a large bed sheet, things that normally get tangled up, because this program doesn't rotate as much as normal. So it tries to minimise the tangling of the items, which I know, to be fair, when you're tumble drying some of these, it can be really frustrating. Now to show you some of the options underneath here. First of all, you've got a memo button. Because there are so many different options on here, there might be something on here that you want to do every time you use the tumble dryer. So rather than having to select here, things like the time delay and the, I suppose, how dry you want everything, what you can do is you can just press and hold this button here. So that's the memo button, and what that does is that remembers the settings that you've set within the dryer itself. So that could be something that's quite useful. As you come along here, you've got the easy iron option, and what this will do, first of all, it shows you that it's on, so it just flashes up as easy iron on. And what this does is it's, I suppose, something towards the end of the drying process, and what it will do is it will just keep on rotating on the odd occasion, just to help the lack of, or just to help the number of creases that you get in some of your garments, especially things like shirts or blouses, which can be quite frustrating to go to, especially if you've left it for a while. It just makes the ironing process a lot longer. Just while I'm in this section, you have got a couple of indicators. So first of all, the one at the top here will show you when the water container is full. I must say, because you've got quite a good visual idea, so you can see where the water is within the door, then that's quite a good indicator, but you have got a warning light on the front here. You've got a fluff filter warning in the middle here, so that's just when you need to clean the filter. I'd recommend doing it as a matter of course anyway, possibly after every drying load, or at least every couple of drying loads. Keeping the filter clean is really important, really, in any tumble dryer. Doesn't matter what make or whether it's condenser or vented. Then you've got the indicator at the bottom here to say that the Wi-Fi has been enabled. On the right hand side here, this is the next option. So this is how dry you want your clothes. So if we just start at the bottom here, so this one is the ready to iron, and what it will do is it will just leave everything slightly damp. Now I know you're thinking, well, why do I want it slightly damp? This is a tumble dryer, I want to get everything dry. But what it will do, it just leaves everything slightly damp, so that when you take it out, if you've got, again, things like shirts, blouses, trousers that you want to iron, then it's a lot easier to do than when they are slightly damp. It can make the ironing process a lot easier. And then the next option on here is the dry hanger option, and as you can see, it takes around 2 hours 37. So that's taken the easy iron option off, so it doesn't use that option towards the end of the program. And I suppose this is really ideal if you just want to take everything out and hang it up, then that's the option to use. The next one here is called dry wardrobe, and I suppose that the main advantage of that is if you want to take clothes out and go and hang them up straight away in your wardrobe, then that could be the one to go for. Again, the easy iron option has been switched off, but that one will take around 3.5 hours. It just takes a little bit longer. And then you've got the extra dry, and as it says, that's going to get things a lot drier than standard. To say the cupboard option, or the dry wardrobe option as you call it. And as you can see, it does take a bit longer, so on that program you're looking around 4 hours, so it's quite a bit longer, but at least there's something in there for most people. The next one was the manually time. That's what I covered earlier for the program at the bottom there. You have got the time delay option, so if you want to delay it starting, then you've got that option. And what you can do is you can go up to 24 hours. So if you use things like economy 7, where you've got cheap electricity during the night, then that could be a good thing to use. And the next option, you've got the start and the pause. The reason they have the pause on here, I know for some people they don't quite get the concept of it, but what happens when you start the program, after it's been on for say 7 or 8 minutes, then it has detected the load in there, and what it will do is it will actually adjust the time because it's a sensor dry. If you go and open the door, then what it does is that will interrupt the sensor on the dryer. And in theory, when you shut the door and press start again, it resets the sensor and it starts the whole process again. So it just takes it makes the whole drying process a lot longer. So if you can just pause it and then open the door and just add something in if you've forgotten to put it in, then that's a much better way of doing it than just opening the door. I'll just show you the energy label on this machine. As you can see, it's a B energy rating, and to be fair, that's not actually too bad. Generally around this price range, quite a few dryers are either B or below. To get anything a bit more efficient, then you really need to go into the realms of heat pump, and you will be adding quite a lot to the cost of the machine. Just shows you things like the consumption here, and you've got this just proving it's a 9 kilogram as well. If you are thinking of buying one of these machines, I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. I hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Hoover HLEC9TE condenser dryer. Please give us a thumbs up on a YouTube video, click subscribe and leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. I know some people are not too keen on me going into all the detail about the programs, but what I tried to do is I tried to go into a little bit of detail, because personally I think the little pictures on here, they don't really give a great description. I know you have to revert to the instructions you can do that to see things like the maximum load sizes. Yeah, there's quite a lot of information in the instructions. But anyway, if I have missed something, then just pop it in the comments. If you have got any questions on the tumble dryer, again, just pop it in the comments, because we've got them here in the showroom, so I've got access to it at the moment. Also, if you have got one of these, if you've got especially this machine or one similar to it, then let me know what you think about it, because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.